is going on, guys? It is gonna be your most favorite person in the whole world, Derek, coming back at you with another video. In today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys another editing tutorial where I'm gonna be showing you guys how to replace the sky in your photos. So, as we all know, Mother Nature isn't always gonna be in our favor. As photographers, we're always out there searching for those beautiful sunsets and those nice gradients with oranges and purples and clouds fading to make our pictures, to really tie in our pictures together. And sometimes, obviously, Mother Nature isn't going to be working very well with us. So you can take that old boring picture with that boring sky and we can replace it with a brand new sky so that it looks very nice and beautiful. So to be able to do this, guys, we're not going to be in Lightroom Classic this time. I'm actually going to be working in Photoshop. So I'm going to be showing you guys two different ways to do this. I'm going to be showing you guys the old way to do it, which is kind of the more tough way to do it. And then I'm going to be showing you guys the brand new way to do it, which really just take seconds. So if you want to skip to that part of the video, I'm going to give you guys the time card for that right here. But if you guys want to stick around, watch the old way and see how it kind of progressed into the new way of doing it, then stick around. I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you in Photoshop. Alrighty, guys, so as you can see, I am now in Photoshop and I have my picture all imported, all up in here in Photoshop. As you can see, this is an otherwise beautiful picture. I think everything came out well with it. As you can obviously see here, this whole sky is just white. It's just boring as heck, and that's, you know, that's how the sky looked on that day, but that's not how I want this picture to look out when I go up and I will frame it and I send it to other people. So I'm going to be showing you guys the two different methods of taking out this guy. And the first one I like to call the masking mode method, because we're just going to be using masking mode. As I said, our first step is going to be going into masking mode. So that's going to be this little button down here, and we're just going to click on it. We're going to want to make sure we have our brush tool selected, and this is going to be very important. We're going to want to make sure we have a nice hard brush, so no soft edges with our brush. We have those soft edges, then when I go up next to this building, it's just not going to look good when I go back in and I put that new picture in there. So basically, once you have that brush all selected with the hardness all the way up and you're in masking mode, all you're going to want to do basically is paint around this whole sky. So we're going to go in. I like to start around the edges, obviously, and we're going to go in and we are just going to go and paint all around the sky. So a good little tool to keep in mind when doing this is very helpful, especially when we're doing these straight lines with architecture and with buildings, is going to be using Shift to be able to create perfectly straight lines. Now, what do I mean by that? Photoshop has made it really easy to make straight lines with your paintbrush. All we're going to have to do is click once where our starting point is going to be, and then I'm going to go down to where I'm going to want this line to end. I'm going to hold down Shift and I'm going to click, and bam, I have a perfectly straight line all set and done. So basically we're going to go in and I'm going to paint over this whole sky. So I'll see you back then when I'm finished. Alright, guys, now as you can see, I have all of my sky all painted out. May have taken me like 10 minutes, but that is a-okay. I now have it all masked out. So what we're going to want to do, you're obviously going to want to make sure you're selected on that layer. We're going to come out of masking mode and we're going to get all these little dancing ants going around. So as you can see, first, what I have selected is everything opposite of what I painted over. So I have all of the building right here and everything else besides the sky selected. So all I'm going to want to do is go up to select inverse, and now I have just my sky selected. Now my next step is going to be just clicking that delete button. And as you can see, I now have my sky all taken away and that sky is now gone. So my next step is going to be going and trying to find ourselves our new sky that we're going to replace this sky with. So all we're going to have to do is take that one picture and we're going to go drag and drop it around into Photoshop, and I'm going to drop it right on top here. Now obviously we don't want this picture going right on top, so we're just going to put it right down below our layer 0, and bam. As you can see, we already have step 3 done. And we have now replaced our sky. I want to say easy as that, but it really did take us about 10-15 minutes really to go in and select that whole sky. And as you can see, it looks as good as the amount of time that you put into it. So as you can see, there are going to be some areas that where you went and painted over, it might not look exactly right, but for the most part, this does do the job very well to do it nice and manually, to be able to go out and find your picture and to be able to delete this guy and go in and mask it yourself. Now the next way I'm going to show you is going to be 10 times as quick and 10 times as easier. So let's get right into that. Alrighty guys, so it does look like we are on a bit of a time crunch once again, so I am going to have to part to you guys one more time, so I am going to have to wrap this up pretty quickly. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something new, and make sure you guys check out part 2, like and subscribe. Out.